I wanted to bring you guys along with me today. I started picking lettuce this evening, and within, I'm caught on the fence. Within 5 lettuce plants, I had filled my entire egg bucket. I also brought out a small egg bucket to put radishes and things in, but I just think that's absolutely incredible that in just 5 plants, I was able to fill an entire large egg bucket with lettuce. So I thought I'd bring you out here and let you see what that means. Here's my lettuce and my carrot bed. Please ignore the weeds. I'm gonna pull weeds after I finish picking lettuce, but here's the size of one of my red sales leaf lettuce plants. That's hard to say. And those are the ones down there that I picked. So I still have that one, plus all those black-seeded Simpson back there, and also this bed, or a little pot, I should say, with kale and the 2 types of lettuce in it. And that's after picking lettuce just like 4 days ago. I mean, it's really growing very fast. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that it produces so much? And the seed packets for all of this, just this lettuce and the kale in this bed, was $3. $3 for all of it. And this is my 5th picking off of the lettuce, and I get multiple bags of lettuce each time. I'm going to continue to pick veggies in the garden, and then we'll do a garden tour afterwards. So sit with me and we'll get it all taken care of. All right, over here we have some purple basil, and then my competition tomato, which is a pineapple beefsteak variety tomato. We're going to see how large I can get that to grow this year and what size fruit we can get off of it. My herb bed definitely needs some love. We've got a lot of grass growing up in it, and I need to dig a lot of that out. We've been so busy this week. Work has just been crazy busy, which is a good thing. But it's not giving me really any time to be in the garden and weeds. So definitely I'm going to have to get in the garden this weekend to get that stuff caught up. And you know, that just goes to show you that not everybody is perfect. It's difficult a lot of times to get in the garden, especially when you're busy running kids to this sport, that sport, this event, that event, especially at the end of the school year like we are right now. And then when work's busy on top of it, sometimes things get let go a little bit in the garden, but that's okay. When you get free time, get your hands back in the garden, get your hands in the dirt, and it's a great stress reliever. At least that's what I've found. All right, let's start with the lettuce and the kale and carrot bed. I got most of the lettuce picked pretty well, but that'll give it time or space to be able to continue to grow up. And we'll probably have another harvest over the weekend. So yeah, we're definitely eating pretty good off of this crop of lettuce and kale. Over here we have 2 butternut squash plants that are getting ready, they're coming up. We're going to be putting in an arch trellis this weekend, and we're going to try to get those to grow up the trellis. We've got a line of tomato plants all back along here, and then more tomato plants up here. And then this whole bed is tomatoes. As you can tell, I got to get in here and weed. One lonely little basil plant back here. I probably should put in another basil plant or 2 to help keep the bugs away. Over here are ground cherries, And they're growing fantastically in this bed. I have them in one other bed, and they aren't doing nearly as well as this one. I think we've just had so much rain that they are struggling in the other bed. These are potatoes, and they are doing fantastic, growing so much faster than I thought. And they're also getting ready to flower. So those will be really pretty. They'll be white little flowers all over the plants. Now, you don't pick potatoes until the entire plant dies back. Once the plant has died back, then you can dig it up. And my kids absolutely love to dig potatoes because it's kind of like a treasure hunt for them. So that's something that we always enjoy planting each year. All right, this is my Swiss chard, and something is eating the heck out of these leaves. I don't know what. I haven't seen anything on them. So tonight I will dust it with diatomaceous earth, and that will help kill the bad bugs. But in the morning I'll come out and I'll wash it off so that it doesn't damage any of the good bugs that come out in the morning with the diatomaceous earth. We don't want to hurt the good bugs, just the bad bugs. Over here are tomatoes again. 1, 2, 3 tomato plants. I've got some basil right here. Then I have a few rows of onions and carrots on the back side. Right here I have my peas. I'm starting to get a good amount of these yellow peas. These are actually really cool. I've never grown them before. And they're putting on some good pods. This was the first pot I had a few days ago, and it's grown really, really fast. So I'm excited to see that. Look how beautiful the flowers are here for the magnolia tendril peas. These will be setting on peas probably next week. So I'm really excited to see that, but their flowers are just beautiful, which is why I put them in here in the garden anyway, because of how pretty they are. Just love them. And then of course, I have my little fairy girl kind of watching over the garden. You'll see more and more of those come about as the summer progresses, because I enjoy having them in here. I feel like they're, using my own imagination. They're protecting my garden. So here we have cucumbers, and I'm pretty sure these are muncher cucumbers. So these are the ones that we'll eat fresh. Over in my lettuce bed, I have pickling cucumbers. And once we pull the lettuce out, the pickling cucumbers will take over and go up the trellis that's there. Again, more onions. And then I have to say I'm totally impressed with the celery. I had no idea that the celery would do this well. And they've even had a couple of bouts of Dora laying on them and breaking back some of the leaves, but they are just doing absolutely fantastic. Look how cool that is. I mean, if I put my hand next to it, it's a good size celery there. Huh, totally cool. Oh, I just see that there's a bunch of eggs on the back side of one of these leaves. See those eggs back there? I'll have to come out here and get those cleaned off. Usually you can use Scotch tape and put that on the backs of it, and it'll peel those bug eggs right off. Here's my kale. Again, we have another little garden fairy sleeping. She's taking a nap. And something's eating it as well. So we're definitely going to have to do the diatomaceous earth in the garden. The bed, like I said, that just isn't doing very hot. Right down there are my ground cherries. 1, 2. Let's see that poor little bitty one right there. That's number 3. These are about half the size of the ones in the other bed. I'm not really sure what's going on other than these beds have stayed wetter than my raised beds. This is really a little more to ground level. I need to build this bed up for next year, but we'll just see how it goes for this year. And we've got zucchini here and here. And I have another mound right here that is supposed to be summer squash, but it's not doing anything, so I may need to replant it. Now coming over this way, again, we've got tomato plants planted, but they just aren't doing the best over here. My other bed, they're much bigger, much healthier looking plants, and I think this bed just got too wet over here. I have planted some dumpling squash here, but they are not coming up at all. So I just got some seeds in the mail from M.I. Gardner, and I'm going to try planting delicata squash, I think that's how you say it, in here instead. Right here in between these two beds, we're going to be putting another arch trellis. I'm super excited about this one. We're going to have yard long beans go up one side, and hopefully the delicata squash coming up the other side. So it should be really, really beautiful. And we're just using cattle panels and T-posts to put it up. It's something that I saw from a vlog on Roots and Refuge. And if you've ever watched Roots and Refuge, or if you haven't, you should. I love Jess and Maya on there. They're great people, and they have really, really great values and lessons to teach. So check them out.
Thank you all so much for watching today. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see future Apex Acres videos.